Shoulder injuries are common at work in Rogers County. They can happen suddenly in a fall, lifting accident, vehicle collision, or equipment incident. They can also develop over time from repetitive overhead work, pushing, pulling, carrying, reaching, or using tools day after day. Whether the injury involves a torn rotator cuff, shoulder strain, labral tear, impingement, dislocation, fracture, or aggravation of a pre-existing condition, a work-related shoulder injury can affect your ability to earn a living. Common work-related shoulder injuries can occur in many different jobs. Construction workers, warehouse employees, healthcare workers, truck drivers, mechanics, oilfield workers, manufacturing employees, retail workers, first responders, and maintenance workers all face risks of shoulder injuries. A worker may injure a shoulder while lifting heavy materials, catching themselves during a fall, pulling equipment, reaching overhead, loading supplies, restraining a person, moving a patient, or performing repetitive tasks. Some shoulder injuries are immediately obvious. Others start as soreness and gradually become worse until the worker can no longer perform the job. Common diagnoses include rotator cuff tears, shoulder sprains and strains, bursitis, tendinitis, frozen shoulder, labral tears, dislocations, fractures, nerve irritation, and aggravation of arthritis or degeneration. Sudden accidents and repetitive trauma workers' compensation may apply when the shoulder injury results from a specific accident. For example, a worker who falls from a ladder and lands on their shoulder may have a clear accident date. A worker who feels a pop while lifting a heavy object may also have a specific injury event. Other shoulder injuries develop gradually. Repetitive lifting, overhead reaching, pulling, pushing, or tool use can wear down the shoulder over time. These claims may be more difficult because the insurance company may argue that the condition resulted from age, ordinary degeneration, prior injuries, or non-work activities. In repetitive trauma cases, medical evidence becomes especially important because the worker must connect the shoulder condition to the job duties. Medical treatment for shoulder injuries. Medical treatment is often the most important workers' compensation benefit. In an accepted claim, the employer or insurance company generally provides reasonable and necessary medical care for the work-related injury. For a shoulder injury, treatment may include doctor visits, X-rays, MRI studies, physical therapy, medication, injections, work restrictions, specialist care, or surgery. Surgery may become necessary when conservative care does not resolve the problem or when imaging shows a significant tear or structural injury. Some shoulder injuries require arthroscopic surgery, rotator cuff repair, labral repair, or other procedures. Recovery may take months, especially for workers who perform heavy labor or overhead work. Temporary disability benefits. If the treating doctor removes you from work because of the shoulder injury, you may qualify for temporary total disability benefits. These benefits replace part of your lost wages while you are temporarily unable to work because of the injury. If the doctor releases you to light duty, your employer may offer work within those restrictions. Common shoulder restrictions may limit lifting, reaching, pushing, pulling, repetitive use, or overhead activity. If the employer cannot accommodate those restrictions, temporary disability benefits may still be owed. Some workers return to restricted duty but earn less than they earned before the injury. In those situations, temporary partial disability may become an issue. Permanent partial disability. After medical treatment ends, the doctor may determine that you have reached maximum medical improvement. Maximum medical improvement means the injury has improved as much as reasonably expected, even if pain, weakness, stiffness, or limitations remain. At that stage, the injured worker may be evaluated for permanent partial disability. This benefit compensates the worker for permanent impairment caused by the work injury. The amount depends on several factors, including the impairment rating, the body part involved, the worker's average weekly wage, statutory limits, and the medical evidence. Shoulder injuries can lead to permanent impairment when the worker continues to experience reduced range of motion, weakness, pain, lifting restrictions, or inability to perform overhead work. A worker who returns to full duty with no lasting problems may receive little or no permanent disability. A worker who undergoes surgery and receives permanent restrictions may have a more significant claim. Disputes over pre-existing conditions. Insurance companies often dispute shoulder claims by pointing to arthritis, degeneration, prior injuries, or age-related changes. This does not automatically defeat a workers' compensation claim. Many workers have some pre-existing wear and tear before an accident occurs. The important question is whether the job injury aggravated, accelerated, or worsened the condition. For example, a worker may have mild pre-existing shoulder degeneration but no work limitations until a lifting accident causes a tear or significant increase in symptoms. Medical records, imaging studies, prior treatment history, and physician opinions often determine whether the claim succeeds. Problems with delayed reporting. Delayed reporting can create problems in shoulder injury claims. Some workers try to keep working because they believe the pain will improve. Others fear retaliation, do not want to cause problems at work, or assume soreness is not serious. Unfortunately, a delay in reporting may allow the insurance company to argue that the injury did not happen at work. If you injure your shoulder at work, report the injury as soon as possible. Give accurate information about how the injury occurred, when symptoms began, and what job duties caused or worsened the condition. You should also request medical treatment if the pain does not quickly resolve. Following medical restrictions. Following medical restrictions is extremely important. If your doctor restricts lifting, reaching, or overhead work, you should take those restrictions seriously. Returning to heavy work too soon may worsen the injury and may also create disputes with the insurance company. If your employer asks you to perform work outside your restrictions, document the issue and speak with your attorney. If your restrictions are unclear, ask the doctor for written clarification. Shoulder surgery and workers' compensation. Shoulder surgery can significantly affect the value and complexity of a workers' compensation claim. Surgery usually means more medical expenses, more time off work, more physical therapy, and a longer recovery period. It may also increase the likelihood of permanent impairment. However, surgery does not automatically guarantee a large settlement or award. The final value still depends on the medical records, impairment rating, wage rate, recovery, work restrictions, and whether the worker can return to the same job. Even a seemingly minor shoulder injury can become serious if it involves a tear, nerve injury, surgery, or permanent restrictions. Oklahoma workers' compensation may provide important benefits, but injured workers must take the claim seriously from the beginning.